Alright guys, this is Persiflage here, and welcome to the second EHP Podcast. I'm Persiflage, and I'm a proud owner of one extra action bar.
I'm MHHI, and I'm a sad smither.
I'm Desper, and I'm a free-to-play skiller.
I'm Derek, and I'm a proud owner of 3 plushies.
Alright, so we're going to cover some topics that were addressed in the first EHP Podcast, and Marco is going to announce the first one.
Yes, okay. So if you guys have watched far enough into the podcast, you would know that Water has the alt superheater called Belgium, 200 mil magic, 200 mil smithing, and Percy and Desper caught him botting, and it turns out that everyone that doubted me, his account is actually now banned. The account name was Belgium, and I'm super happy about it because you were all wrong. I was right, and I told you so. And yep, that's all I had to say. Thank you. Thank you for my supporters.
Good job.
Like Derek, I think I kind of tried to convince him that he was botting, but Percy and Desper, they can go, I don't know what, but they were mean to me, but I was right, and yes, thank you.
And this is a pretty big deal, especially considering in the rules about alternate accounts, it states that if one of your accounts is banned for breaking Jagex rules, then all of your accounts should be banned. Which means that if this account was banned for botting or real-world trading or anything like that, his main account, Water, with 3.8 billion XP, ranked 124, and his second superheating account, Belgian, with 79 mil magic, should also be banned. So, sort of interesting. We'll see how that turns out.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know exactly why it was banned. It could have been that he was just cursing a lot, and so he got banned for offensive language or something.
Oh, come on.
Like,
Stop
awesome.
trying to defend him.
We don't know for sure, but
Oh, God.
we'll see how that goes. It was confirmed in a few live streams that the King Black Dragon, the Giant Mole, and offhand weapons up to tier 50 are confirmed to be free-to-play, coming with some updates soon. I think the Ninja team has an ongoing free-to-play project in the works, so we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, be interesting to see if they, like, the drops it gives, and if they'll be free to play, like Dragon Bones or D-Hide or stuff like that, you know?
Right.
I'm excited.
And just recently on the advent calendar, there were dragon trinkets, so don't destroy those, probably save those for KBD,
Mm-hmm.
because they could be useful. Speaking of the advent calendar, that has been released for the month of December, and some of the skilling outfits have returned.
Yes.
Like the shark outfit, which we were talking about sort of in the last podcast about them, being unobtainable after the original promotion. So they're back now, and we'll talk about that in depth later on. And of course, Desper just recently achieved 200 million smithing experience.
Hey.
So
Yeah.
congrats to him, first 200 mil in our clan, so that's always nice.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, nice.
Yeah, so that's about it.
Here.
Alright, so we'll start off as usual. What skill are you guys training, and what are your goals for that skill?
I am smithing, and my goal is 200 mil.
I am also smithing. My goal is now 200 mil because the rework probably isn't coming until the second half of 2016, so that means I've got time to do it.
Nice.
I'm currently fishing, and I'm at 77 mil fishing, and I'm going for 200 mil.
Damn.
Nice. I'm woodcutting right now. I'm at 84, going for 99.
Very nice. Alright, so talking about bans a bit and players coming back on different accounts, it's Arceus recently achieved 200 million prayer experience in free-to-play. He's the first person to do so. Do you consider him a legitimate free-to-player?
That's the same person as Arceus Dark, right?
Right, maybe I should give some background. Arceus Dark, his main, was like a maxed free-to-play account. It was banned. He has not given a reason as to why it was banned, which is why some people are suspicious about, his new account. If it was botting, then, maybe he's botting on this new one. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, personally, I don't really know him at all, but I don't really have that much of an opinion. But I guess if he was botting, then he wouldn't really be legitimate. But if he wasn't, then yeah. I guess for me, if I consider him it personally, yeah, I guess so. Because I have no proof or reason to believe that, like, yeah, there's no proof that he's been botting, so
Right.
I guess can't really
Yeah.
accuse them for anything yet.
Yeah, I also don't have any background information on Arceus, but I guess they're second chances, and I feel like his accomplishment is legitimate.
I feel the same way. And people said he was botting, but I never understood why, because if anyone didn't know, he's a forum mod on tip.it. He's always posting on there. He's always on there. And he's always in either World 3 or World 34, always talking, and he has his own clan, so he's always running that. So I never understood the thing where he was botting. So I think he's legitimate, and I'm happy that he got 200 mil.
Yeah, so there's sort of a problem in the free-to-play community that it's so small that a rumor can travel so quickly. I mean, like, someone in TFS chat could be like, oh, it's Arceus, yeah, he totally bots. And then some random guy in TFS chat sees that and is like, oh yeah, that seems about right. And then, it just continues on and continues on. I've talked to him. He always responds to me. Like Marco said, he's a mod on Tippet forums, and he runs a huge community clan with like 500 members. If he was banned on his main account, I mean, he's perfectly allowed to come back and play a new account without, being considered a botter or something like that.
Yeah, I agree.
There's no reason that you're not allowed to come back once you're banned, unless it was like an IP ban or something. But so yeah, I think that's the first legitimate 200 mil prayer in free to play, and I'm glad he did it. It's a very nice achievement. All right, moving on. Do you guys use any RuneScape sounds while you play? For me, I use it a little bit while smithing, just to count sometimes. If I'm AFKing, I can count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I know when I need to bank after I've made an inventory of Rune 2H swords. But it's almost always sounds and not music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't really listen to the music for RuneScape. It's not that interesting to me.
Yes, I do. I actually play with the music on sometimes. Like this morning, it was like 7 in the morning, and there's no good YouTube videos to watch or streams, so I kind of resorted to listening to the music. I think it's pretty good, to be honest, and I don't know why people bash it all the time. You gotta at least try it out. It's very peaceful, and yeah, I think it's pretty good.
I think I used RuneScape sounds like during runecrafting or something, just to hear when I stopped siphoning. And like the only RuneScape sounds I like are like the remixed ones like on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
No, I don't use anything really. I think the in-game sounds, not music, are actually really annoying. They kind of annoy me a lot, so I don't use that at all.
Yeah.
But I know I did listen to the RuneSpan music. I think they're pretty cool. I think most of them are pretty relaxing and nice, but I just prefer to listen to different music. Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, the DJ music is really good too.
Oh yeah,
I think so.
I know the Sagittaire boss music is pretty intense.
Yeah, it gets me all sweaty when I'm in the floor. Anyway, go ahead.
I have to say, like, some of the original tracks, like from 07scape, those are so nostalgic. I really like those.
Yeah, like the login screen one.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty.
Yeah. All right. So this is related. If you listen to music while playing, what type of music is it, and why do you like it?
I like listening to EDM, house, sort of like those types of music. It keeps me like motivated when I'm scaling and doing long sessions of scaping. Yeah.
I listen to the same things. I like deep vocal house music, and sometimes just relaxing mixes. But it just depends on my mood, because then I also have a playlist that just gets me hyped up. That includes Young Thug, Waka Flocka Flame,
Nice.
and rappers like that. So I'll listen to any type of music, really.
Yeah, same here, basically. I listen to basically all alternative. I don't listen to much pop. But like, I guess my favorite genres would probably be like ambient or like folk, indie, stuff like that. I just like it because it's relaxing.
Yeah, nice.
It helps me concentrate.
I'm a pretty big electronic music fan. I listen to a lot of different music all the time. But for RuneScape, mostly it's repetitive stuff like trance or drum and bass or house music. And I've got a SoundCloud where I post all the unique songs that I find. And I think it's pretty nice. I mean, listening to music while you play is a nice motivator and keeps your mind from getting bored because you're constantly listening to something.
Yeah.
Right. What is one update you'd like to see free-to-play? This could include making skill capes available to free-to-play, or basically anything you'd really want to see become free-to-play.
So I was talking about this, I think, earlier this week to the people on the call, and my opinion on skill capes is, of course, back in the day, free-to-players wanted skill capes because they're cool, they're a motivation, something to show off your achievements. And I think over the years they've really, like at least for me, when I see a skill cape, I don't really think it's that big of a deal. And I think that if anything, free-to-play should have master capes. Is that what they're even called? Master skill capes, whatever, for the 120s. Because I was trying to think why. And I just think because, I don't know, because skill capes aren't a big deal anymore, basically what I'm trying to say.
Right.
So why not give it to players?
Okay. I guess for me, one of the main big ones, which I think they should implement, is like a XP lock. Basically, you can choose which skill you want to not gain any experience in. I think this will make it able for like skillers to dunge efficiently. Like they can just do solo dunges as well, or just help a lot more in parties. I guess also some small ones they need to fix inside dunge are like the party interface thing. If you spectate someone inside dunge, it like freezes and you can't do anything else, and you can't look at their stats. It just shows your own stats.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So they need to update that. Yeah, those are basically all I really care about.
Before I forget, and what do you think about a permanent like map on the side of the screen when you're in a dunge floor, Derek?
Yeah, that'd be cool. It would help a lot, actually.
Yeah, I would really like something like that, personally.
They have programs for that, but it's not that great because you still have to open the map for it to refresh.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not available for Mac, so I think something like that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's an update I'd like to see also.
Yeah, I'd enjoy that a lot because I'm pretty bad at remembering keys. That's one of the reasons I don't really like dunging as a combatter. But yeah, I'd like to see members' challenges removed from free-to-play.
Oh, yes.
So that we can't get like fletching dailies, or I have crude wooden chairs as my daily challenge.
Brown and pointy.
It's just really annoying, and without them, you'd have players like Lady Loxley or Bromo who would maybe actually finally max DG or get 120 DG just through daily challenges because they don't want to do it with the through skillers or whatever.
And there would be no point for us to DG normally,
True.
efficiently.
But I don't know.
But if there's an XP lock, then you can do solo dunge.
And also,
Exactly.
I mean, there could be a more efficient daily challenge. Like, I've never actually calculated the XP per hour, but mining could be like 200k an hour, and so that would be more efficient to do than dungeoneering or something like that.
Yeah, true.
So I'd like to see that. I agree that skill capes are pretty worthless in pay-to-play nowadays. I mean, if I see someone with a skill cape, I assume they're either new or they don't know really what they're doing. It's not a very good cape.
Oh my god, that's harsh.
Well, it's true. I mean, like, there's much better capes for basically everything.
Yeah, right.
So I'd be okay with it becoming free-to-play content. I think that'd be a nice recognition for getting a 99 in free-to-play, which is fairly harder than doing it in pay-to-play.
Yeah, so basically a rework with the daily challenges, so it's free to play. And like more a variety of skilling methods, cause like in free to play, once like you hit the level or whatever, you just keep doing it until 200 mil. So I guess if there was a more variety of skilling methods, it would make it more interesting. Like click intensive or AFK
Right.
methods.
Like just higher level stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's weird to think, like, our most efficient mining method is unlocked at level 15 mining.
Yeah.
Like, that seems pretty weird. And,
Wood cutting at 30.
yeah, wood cutting at 30, fire making at, like, 60. I mean, it's not high-level content at all. Yeah, that's a good point.
To add on to the challenges, they also need to make it so you don't get members' rewards.
Yes. True.
Oh yes.
I never
Because
thought
that is
of
annoying.
Oh, I got magic logs on Treasure Hunter, just as you said that.
Nice.
All right, so this is talking about clans a bit. What do you think about the contrast of clans in free-to-play and their sizes? We've got EHP with 6 members, TFS with about 115, and free players is practically always full with 500 members. What do you think about this current clan situation, and where do you think these clans are going to be 2 years down the line?
Personally, I think smaller clans are better. At least for me, I'm not a very sociable person. I kind of like just to maybe talk to a few friends, close, and like keep them close. I can see the appeal of big clans like TFS and free players, because kind of like a bigger sense of a community. I guess. I think bigger clans kind of are more likely to stay alive throughout the 2 years down the line. They might not be as good of a clan, but I think they'll be more active throughout.
Right.
Yeah, they won't die as easily.
Yeah, pretty much like smaller clans. The bigger clans, I don't know. There's like too much stuff going on. There's too many people. Since we have less people, like we know everyone, and we know what our goals are, what we're going for. We always talk to each other, and I just like the feeling like we're like a small family. I don't know.
Oh.
And 2 years down the line, yeah, I feel like a bigger clan would likely be alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd have to agree. I mean, small clans are just so much better in my opinion. I mean, you know everyone, you talk with everyone so much more frequently, and like Desper said, it's sort of like a small family or community where everyone is familiar with each other. I think Redef posted this, or posted a reply to this on the TFS forums, and he said that, large clans have no really explicit interests or purpose, which results in poor leadership, ranking systems, and generally just a clan that doesn't really have a sole purpose. Which I'd agree in terms of TFS and free players. I mean, it's so big that I feel it's not a good community to be in, I guess, if you want to...
Yeah, I know what you mean. I guess the people that stayed there for a while probably have a different feeling about it, but new players, it's a bit harder to get, I guess, to know people better and to get more accepted into the community.
Yeah. It's sort of hard for me to, I don't know, phrase my thoughts about this, but having a big clan, you're going to have people that you don't know that are good, people who could be, bad personalities, people who are not smart players, I guess.
Yeah.
And having a smaller clan with maybe more difficult requirements to join, weeds out the players that you don't really want to be associated with. So I think that's a benefit of having a smaller clan compared to something like free players where there's just tons of them. All right. Do you feel like you're an elitist when it comes to skilling? Why or why not?
I don't think so, but I just want people to manage their time differently when they're playing. Kind of. Is that being an elitist?
Not necessarily.
Because I don't think I'm better than everyone at all. Everyone has different styles of playing, of course, but I would like to try and convince people to play a certain way.
Not
Because
experienced.
I don't know. It's hard to explain, but yeah, exactly. But yeah.
I don't think I'm better than anyone at skilling. I think I know more than the average person about skilling, but I know there's tons of people that are better skillers than me, that have better attention, that can click better, and so on. What I don't like about people when it comes to skilling is how they are so incompetent about finding experience per hour rates and prices. They just they ask me and then they make me Google it for them. You know. I think they should just people should just figure out what the best thing to do themselves. Yeah, but I guess obviously they need some advice, but they can figure that most of the stuff out by their own.
Yeah, that's actually a big point of what I wanted to talk about. This is people are just so lazy in free-to-play. And I talked to Munir about this a little bit, and he was like, yeah, I don't really take advice from anyone. I just go out and find my own methods and, determine what's the best for me and what I can do and stuff like that. And he says he doesn't really take advice from, people that he talks to. He just does it by himself.
Yeah.
I think what he actually said was, like, everyone in free-to-play is an idiot except for Bardo and Verk, but romanticizing that a little bit. But, like, I don't want to force my opinions on people, I guess, or force my way of playing on people. But if I see someone alking for Mage XP, it's like, that superheating is a better method, right? And they're like, yeah, okay, sure, but I like alking for fun. And I'm okay with that. Like, do what you think is fun, but I want to help people to understand, what's better for their account and what's a better use of their time.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm not really an elitist. It's a tough term, tough question.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm mixed on this question. Like, as Marco was saying, like, I like to convince people to do, like, efficient methods. Because in the long run, you save a lot of time than doing something that's fun or, I don't know, what you're doing. Yeah, I don't know.
I think most about skilling is, I guess,
Hard question.
People like to do it. People have fun doing, I don't know, different stuff. Some people have fun getting the best experience per hour. Some people have fun doing, I don't know, what they like to do.
Yeah.
I guess for me, dungeon, I know I don't like to do small set often, so I waste a lot of experience just repeating larges. So I don't really care that much because it's fun. I guess everyone has a different version of that.
Yeah. All right. Is there an account build you have played in the past and enjoyed? Or is there an account build you think looks fun and you'd like to try it in the future?
The only account build I've ever tried, I guess, was being a main account, which was a few years ago. And I guess I liked it, but I was, like, influenced by a lot of skillers that had, like, level 3 combat and such high combat skills or XP. And I was just like amazed at what they were doing,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm just currently playing as a skiller.
I've basically tried all the builds except for a few. I guess I enjoyed most of them. I guess my least favorite were the PKers because I wasted so much time on them and never really got anything out of it. But I think having like a skiller account is probably one of my favorite builds. And one I want to try is probably like a 10 HP peer or something like that, or like a summoning peer. I think those always look pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean about the PKing thing. I think I had a friend sometime that was like, the best part about making a PKing account is grinding out the quests and the skills
Yeah.
to get the best gear and stuff. And then when it comes to PKing, skillers probably aren't that interested in it. For me, I've tried a few account builds. I've never really stuck with the level 3 skiller just because it wasn't really my thing. But I'm always impressed by low-level accounts that are doing crazy achievements. This could be 10 HPers that are completing like Fate of the Gods or getting crazy titles and stuff. And I think this guy Yak had an account. I think the username was Niv. It was the lowest combat account to ever get into Elf City, Prifdinus or whatever you used to call it.
Yeah.
And I thought that's pretty impressive. I mean, doing achievements like that where you have to do Ring of Recoils for like 6 hours just to kill some quest boss monsters.
Oh god.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting, and I think it's impressive. So I'd maybe like to try that with my 10 HP account sometime. But yeah.
Mhm.
Marco?
Their account. I've played. Sorry, I've played every account I think possible. I like my skiller, and I like my main on 07. My peer is cool too, and I don't know. I play a lot of different accounts, and I have a problem. Yeah.
I know I used to have a really bad problem. I kept just making new accounts and new accounts. I never got anywhere on them.
Yeah.
Probably
That's actually, that's something I see a lot with players nowadays. Like, there was someone here at CA earlier who was like playing a hardcore Iron Man skiller, and he was like, "Oh, I'm getting bored of Iron Man, so I'm gonna go make a new level 3 skiller."
Yeah.
And it's like, you got to stick with something for at least a month or a week or some amount of time so that you really know that you don't want to play that. But I think it's a common fault of a lot of new players that they just try a lot of accounts and never really get anywhere on them. And I felt like that back when I started playing. Like, I always had these new goals, like, oh, I want to get 99 farming on my pay-to-play or something like that. And so I'd constantly make these new accounts with different goals. But it wasn't until I stuck with one account build that I really felt like I was progressing.
Yeah, it kind of takes a while to figure out what you want to do, actually. Like, thinking of new accounts and thinking of new goals to do is fun, but actually making them and doing them,
Right.
is hard. So it's easy just to start over again, but...
Yeah. All right. What is your opinion on Jagex using Reddit and Twitter as a way to tease new content or in general release information? I'm okay with it, but I really prefer, and I think it'd be a lot more professional of them if they could put all that information on one place. This could be either, like runescape.com/news or runescape.com/updates or some page that they post all of the, ninja teasers or, upcoming content teasers, what they would normally put on Reddit or Twitter, and just keep it all in one place so I don't have to browse around like for 40 minutes looking for all the new stuff. So I think it's slightly unprofessional, but I don't really mind it, I guess.
This is more of a way bigger problem in 07, especially for something like an item. The Zulrah teleports were nerfed on the Zulrah drop table, and I think one of the mods tweeted that the update was going to happen, so people just stockpiled these teleports, and people made hundreds of mil overnight because of something that was said on Twitter, and I just don't think that's fair. I wasn't salty about it because I didn't stock up on the teleports, but people who are merchers and are into that type of thing. I just don't think it's fair. If you don't have a Twitter or don't use Reddit, you're out of the loop.
Right.
Yeah, personally, I don't follow them at all on Reddit or Twitter. I think it'd be better if they posted on their actual website or their forums. I don't know. That's all I really have to say about that. I don't really care that much. Because I'm not really a big mercher or flipper, so...
Yep.
I feel like if Jagex uses Reddit and Twitter, it makes it seem that it's not like official. I don't know how to explain it. Like not official or something. It's not like professional. But you get the information faster than reading everything, trying to find it on the website, and like abusing it like for old school and all that. I feel like it's important to have Reddit and Twitter. But for RuneScape 3, I don't feel like it affects anything. And yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, now we gotta talk a little bit about the mentality of RuneScape. So it's common for players to watch content or play alts at the same time as playing their mains. Do you think this detracts from the enjoyment of the game, or do you think it's just a natural way to keep your mind occupied?
Definitely a natural way to keep your mind occupied. If everyone played on one account, there would be a lot of people that quit because they'd get bored. Playing on alts or like watching streams or movies definitely helps you keep on with your goal and playing your account.
Right.
And it makes it more enjoyable when you play on alts, definitely.
I guess like playing on alts and watching stuff, I guess it's kind of detracts from the enjoyment of the game. But I guess people criticize RS for not being that of a fun game. Like it's basically just grinding experience. So I guess the fun thing about it is reaching your goals. So I guess to help you reach your goals, you need to, I guess, not be bored, keep your mind occupied, like they said.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it does detract from the enjoyment a bit, because if you do grind a bit more to complete your goals, you'll get more of an accomplishment out of that. But for stuff like Dunge, there's skillers who like play on ults and watch stuff while they Dunge. I think that's kind of bad. Because they're really slow at ending and they can't pay attention. And like, I guess if you're gonna do something, why? Like, if you're gonna play a game, why not play it? I guess that's one way to think about it.
Right.
I think it makes the game more enjoyable because right now I'm smithing on RS3 and I'm kind of just not even paying attention to it. But I'm also rune crafting on 07 and that's more enjoyable for me right now. But then in like 2 hours, smithing could be more enjoyable for me than rune crafting, so I'll just stop rune crafting and smith on RS3. Like I said, I don't really think I have a problem with making accounts, but I just like having accounts available where I can just do different stuff when I feel like it.
Yeah.
So it keeps the game entertaining for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Acid Soul sort of discussed this. I don't want to get as deep as he does in his videos, but I think playing alts or keeping yourself entertained while playing RuneScape is fine. I mean, it helps you achieve your goals by, not getting bored. But I also dislike the fact that recently, playing 2 accounts, I'm still bored and I still want to find, a third thing to keep me entertained. I think that it would be nice to be able to put on music and be able to focus on one account, and just, be involved with whatever I'm doing at the time and actually be playing the game, being really into it, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta become your RuneScape player.
Exactly.
Zoom all the way and play first person.
I just forgot what I was going to say.
About being bored. I don't know. I was gonna say something.
Rank
A lot of people.
utility.
A lot of people. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was just gonna say rank 2 agility on old school. I'm forgetting his name right now, but he's in Solus, and he was maybe on Lord Speed. He was on a podcast talking about how if he didn't play alts while he was doing 200 mil agility, he doesn't think he would have been able to do it because it was just too mentally draining for him. So that's also, it could take away from your achievement in some ways. Yeah.
If you pour more energy into something, you're obviously going to feel better about like accomplishing it. But I don't like people who complain about being bored because I think there's so much stuff you can do. There's like so much social media, so many like YouTube, music, videos.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like it's kind of impossible for you to be bored. But if you are really bored playing RuneScape, I think you shouldn't play it.
Yeah.
If
I think one of the big things that causes this this paradox of boredom while being entertained, I guess, is that the methods on RS3 are so AFK that
That's brutal.
that you need something more. I mean, you click once, click twice, and then you wait for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And it takes away from the involvement of the game. So I can imagine doing something like runecrafting on 07, where you're completely involved in that, and you're trying to be as perfect as you can, and that's a very attention-based method, compared to smithing, where I'm just sort of sitting here with my hands crossed, letting my character make swords.
Like sometimes when I'm woodcutting, I feel like just breathing and feeling alive is more enjoyable than actually just playing RuneScape. But I think a good way to keep yourself not bored is just to like meditate, something like that. Just breathe deeply and just enjoy life, you know?
Yeah. I know that Acid Soul has sort of talked about being in a trance,
Oh, yeah.
while you're doing your agility laps or something.
Yeah.
And I sort of experienced that. I was recording that recent video of prayer where you're doing that 2 actions per tick method. And it's like it's such an involved method, but it's repetitive, so your brain sort of goes into auto mode.
Mm-hmm.
And it's enjoyable to sort of get to a meditative state. So, speaking of bored, what do you do when you feel like you're getting burned out?
Usually dunge. Usually dungeoneering. I know I talk about it a lot, but it's my favorite thing to do.
I need an intervention.
Whenever I get bored of skilling, I just do that. If I get bored of everything, I just take a break. Usually like have a shower or like eat. Basically, and take a break for like half an hour, come back, and it's usually feel better.
Yeah, I feel like it's a mentality state, like what your goals are and like how I don't really know how to explain this question, but once you play RuneScape for quite a long time, you get like this mindset that like you don't really burn out. But when you don't feel like playing, I guess I like to run a lot, and that keeps me close to my goal but not too far away.
Cool. The only reason why I get burnt is because my days are busy. Like I go to class, work, and then hang out with my girlfriend, and then before I know it, it's like 8 o'clock. No, that's even later. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's like 11 o'clock. And then it's just like, it seems like I'm already exhausted, and I just don't feel like sitting on my ass and smithing. So it's just because I'm like already tired. It's hard to explain, but it's not because I'm tired of gaining XP. I'm just tired in general.
Right. Yeah, if I feel like I'm getting bored, or I don't want to use the word bored, but if I feel like I'm getting fed up with the game, or I'm playing too much, I usually go outside, maybe do a little bit of running, play badminton. I like badminton a lot, I don't know why.
Yes.
or TF2 actually is probably my go-to boredom game. So if I ever feel like I'm just fed up with playing RuneScape or grinding out XP, then I'll go do something that's more entertaining to my mind. Which is sort of, I guess, what what's Derek is saying, because like DG is so in depth and you need your full attention on it
Yeah.
to be doing well, and that's I guess what I do with playing, first person shooter games where you're in there and you've got to be focusing a lot.
And there's like a direct, like, I don't know, you get rewarded for playing like so often, like,
Yeah.
especially first person shooters, like all these achievements and stuff. But even in Dunge, like just completing a floor or like getting like a record or something like that,
Yeah.
just really rewarding. Yeah.
All right, so that sort of brings us into the next question. Do you play any other games than RuneScape? Have you in the past? Will you in the future?
Computer games, yes. I used to play World of Warcraft a lot. It's a great game. I still wish I kind of played it, but it's also a very toxic game at the same time. Because that ruined my social life for quite a while. I played Xbox like a couple years ago. COD, of course, COD 4.
Nice.
I'm always open to playing some new games, but RS will always be my number one.
Yeah, I used to play Counter-Strike in the beginning of my skiller and throughout. I think I have around 250 hours on that game. But since
Nice.
day one, since I made the skiller, I wanted to be like one of the top skillers. So I've kind of been focusing on that instead of other games. But I guess I will go back to it in the future.
Yeah, I mean, RuneScape has always been my fallback game. But I've been playing computer games for a pretty long time. I mean, I've got a picture of myself in like 2005. I was so young. I'm just like sitting at the computer. I was probably playing Club Penguin or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the past, I used to play a game called Uber Strike, which is a first-person shooter game. I still hate that name so much. It sounds so cringy.
Yeah, that is.
I actually met Zarfot on that game. He had just quit RuneScape and he was playing that, and he was one of the best players. It was kind of interesting to talk to him.
Cool.
And then I've played TF2 probably 200 hours recently. That's one of my burnout games. And in the future, Overwatch. I don't know if any of you have heard of it, but
Yeah, the Blizzard first-person shooter.
yeah, it looks so amazing. I can't wait to play that. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And Pokemon, I've got to say, just because I think about it. I've always thought like the perfect game would be a mix between Pokemon and RuneScape, just because the Pokemon, you have such an adventure, and RuneScape, the grindy aspect of it.
Yeah. I guess games, that I'm really into, Pokemon. I started like in grade 1 or something, or kindergarten, and I'm still playing that today, basically. I still love the game.
Yeah.
And I used to play console a lot. On console, I played Halo 3. I was really into Halo 3, as well as Call of Duty. Probably one of my favorite games on console, though, was Rock Band or Guitar Hero. Like, those games, the music games were, like, always my favorite. I played the crap out of that. Right now, though, the only other game I play a lot is probably Hearthstone. It's like a card game by Blizzard.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty fun. It's pretty easy to do while, like, skilling.
You don't like Chronicle?
I haven't tried Chronicle yet. I do have a beta key in my account, but I can't play it on Mac yet.
Oh.
But I will try Chronicle when it comes out.
Oh right, yeah, it's not Mac yet. All right, moving back to RuneScape. I have developed a free-to-play record tracking tool that will remove unlocked XP with the help of Fluminator, meaning a daily record could be changed back to 24 hours instead of 30. Would you support this change? Why do you think it's good, or why do you think it's bad?
I support it because the only reason why it's 30 hours is because way back in the day you'd get 6 hour lock, and then after that you'd do a full 24 hours. So people wanted to get the 6 hour XP before they even started their 24 hours. So with RS3, what can you do, like a 50 something an hour, like
Yeah.
40 something
47 or something.
an hour? Yeah, and yeah, I would support the 24 hours.
Yeah, like Marco was saying, I mean, the only reason daily records were considered to be 30 hours was because you had that 6-hour log out thing, and now that Jagex changed that to your client doesn't get, logged out until 23 hours of playing. That means that your daily record could technically be 47 hours worth of game time. But a day is a day. I mean, it's 24 hours. That's defined by everyone in the world. So it makes sense that the daily record should be changed back to that. And it would mean that most of the records now would be scaled back. Just figure out the XP per hour and take off 6 hours to make it accurate for the new standard of 24 hours. So I support the change. I think that'd be nice to see. Also because it shifts the mentality of when you're going for a record, you have to focus a bit more on micro efficiency. Instead of just being able to do a method for a really long time, you have to be able to do it well for a really long time.
Yeah, I support. I think their daily records still should be actually a day. I never really liked how you could do 30 hours, and how it is now you could possibly get 47 hours. I think that is just too much, too much of RS at the same time.
Yeah.
At one time, you need sleep. So I think 24-hour records are a lot more easier, like a lot more possible to do.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree. It's more real. Go ahead.
Sorry, it's going to create more competition because more people will actually go for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's more realistic for people who are like busy in real life and can't really do a 30-hour.
Right.
Yeah, people have real life situations, I guess, and yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully I'll get that changed or get that tool up and hosted. My semester has ended, so I'll be going around fixing all the bugs with the beta site soon. So yeah, that'll be nice. Hopefully get some more people competing for records, because right now, I mean, it's basically Minir Nab, Sierra, and Luminator holding like the top 3 of all records. So
Yeah.
hopefully get some more competitors in there. All right, so it's Christmas time. Do you like seasonal and holiday events? Why or why not? For me, it's been sort of a nostalgia feeling, and it's also a way to count on Jagex to release new content at scheduled times throughout the year. So it's always nice, like, oh, we're coming up on Thanksgiving, and you can be pretty sure that there's going to be a small Thanksgiving event. Or we're coming up on Halloween, and you have a Halloween event to look forward to. I just have this really nice memory of like 2008 or something Easter event where you could get that cape with the cockatrices or something.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I don't know. It's something, one of those notable things about RuneScape in general, where you just have these holiday events. I don't know. I like them a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I like seasonal and holiday events a lot. It just gives you something to look forward to, and I think it's just like, yeah, it's part of the game that's really enjoyable. You, like, during the event, you just log in and see all these people around this one spot, and it's like everyone on the world is in that one spot, and you can, like, yeah, just the
Right.
community is so nice. And it's always good to get, like, the cosmetic items, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the seasonal and holiday events. I didn't play old school or way back then, but I like events that create a new area, unlike the Halloween one where it was like finding, oh, it was the Thanksgiving one where you find the turkeys or whatever. And like the
Yeah.
big areas like the summer event or like this Christmas event, I like how there's like skilling methods and like there's like a small quest or whatever. Because free to play doesn't have a lot of content, and it's nice to do new stuff.
Yeah, that's true. It's consistent free-to-play
And
content.
also, I wish Jagex would like test their seasonal events, because you could actually climb the top of the mountain of this Christmas event, and
Did they patch that?
I'm not sure. Yeah, you just basically spam clicked all the way to the top, You could check out the new fishing and crafting areas.
And you could also smuggle the ice skates out of there.
Yep.
And you could be ice skating on your snowboard.
Really?
What does RuneScape come to? Ah.
Like abuser scum. I don't like seasonal or holiday events unless they give XP. To be honest with you, I have no idea what the Christmas event is. I haven't been there. I heard that the cooking was pretty cool. That's all I've heard.
But they tapped it.
I don't know what happened, because I always used to keep up with the events, even when I was younger. But just something happened. I guess they weren't as fun anymore, and now I just don't participate unless they give mining XP.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely see a big change in like the mindset of the community, where you had this shift from PKing to skilling after evolution of combat. And so I think they've taken that into account with these new events so that they at least give some sort of experience reward, which is both good and bad, I guess. It was pretty OP for Iron Man.
Yeah. But what Desper said, it like opens up a new area that we I've never been to. I think that's pretty awesome too. Like the Halloween event this year, yeah, it didn't really give much rewards, but I think the area of the Halloween event was pretty awesome. Just the graphics and
Yeah.
Sailing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
Although the grinding for that cat was not fun.
I have no idea.
I thought it was pretty fun.
You had to play for like 5 hours getting this credit rewards just to unlock this cat pet.
Oh, I think I did the drop. Got my XP.
Oh yeah.
And then I looked at the little sailboats, clicked on one, had no idea what to do, got off said sailboat, and went back to smithing. So.
All right, this is some more personal questions, I guess. Do you actively participate in or enjoy Fashionscape?
I like this question. I guess so. I don't know. I've had this outfit for a while. It's basically like a tier 6 duelist cap, heart freezer amulet, and a bow. And a plushie. I mean, not a bow. So I'm not sure. Like, if you guys don't know who Ava Riso or Avor from our clan, he actively participates in Fashionscape, and I will never be on his level.
Goodness.
He has OP outfits.
No, I don't participate or enjoy Fashionscape at all. I just equip a bow, and then everything else I like hide in a cosmetic thing, but I have my Fury Shark on. I don't like it. I think it's a waste of money. I'm sorry, everyone probably thinks I'm an asshole, but
No.
I just something about it. Like, I really, like, if I see you and you're walking around with particles everywhere, there's like particles coming out of your eyes, like your cape, your feet, your hands. That's just not cool. That's annoying. I don't know how that's like.
Yeah.
I'm glad you spent rune coins on it. Good for you. Like, but I'd rather you give me the 19 mil for a bond for your rune coins than have particles coming out of your eyes.
Yeah, obviously there's better stuff you can do, like more, I guess, productive stuff you can do with the money. But I guess when it comes down to it, it is a game.
Literally anything better.
But to answer the question, yeah, I do participate in Fashionscape. I kind of like to get a lot of boyfriends and then make them give me money. Right now, yeah, I date a lot. I'm always like a female character just so I can make myself look the best.
Great of a whore at EHP.
Yes.
The sluttier the better, yeah. Sorry, yeah, go.
Yes, I do participate in Fashionscape. RuneScape's always been known for like the huge amount of customization you can do for your character, and getting better gear or better items has always been a big thing for players to do in addition to just gaining XP. And I remember back in the day seeing like Castle Wars. You guys know the guy Castle
Yeah.
Wars?
Yeah.
He was rocking like trimmed completionist cape and then that 5K chompy hat, golden scythe and stuff. And it was just like, you know, that was a pretty big motivator to me. Like, I want to get these items, you know, make my character look cooler and stuff. So yeah, I enjoy it. I think it's fun to play around with new outfits. And shout out to Avariso for having a ton of
As
interesting
long as you
outfits.
match, I'm fine with you. As long as you match or something close to it.
Yeah. Some people have terrible effects.
I match perfectly. I match
Well, yeah, you have one
awesomely,
color.
actually. Black on black on black, and a short bow.
Oh, Avo has changed his outfit since we started this podcast.
Nice.
Oh,
He
jeez.
hears it.
So please, if you're watching this far, just give me the 20 mil for the bonds, and don't spend it on me.
Wait, how much are bonds?
Probably close to 20 mil.
16
I
or
don't know.
17 by now.
But I know a thing back in the day was just to make your character just like the default. I know a lot of people like, I don't know, A Person for the Win or WOM did that. I don't know if you remember those guys.
That's what my character is on 07.
Yeah,
Just
that was like the
Just a
trendy
bop.
thing. I think that's
Bop
pretty
outfit.
funny too, just to make yourself.
Nowadays, if you have basic clothing, that means you're e-dating.
Yeah.
Basic clothing, sunglasses, 120 defense cape.
Yep.
Exactly.
Follow dance all day. All right, another sort of random one. What is your dream RuneScape name? For me, I've always really, really, really wanted the name 11. Just 2 numbers, 1, 1. It'd be so
That's
nice.
Is there a reason why 11?
Favorite number, I guess. Just symmetrical. It's nice. I don't know. I think Deca. I don't know if any of you guys watched his videos back in the day when he was going for 200 mil rune crafting through the ZMI altar.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had that name for a while, and I don't know. He sold it off or something. He was pretty nice. But that would be a really nice name. But I have to say I really like Omid's name as well.
Omid.
Number one
Omid.
e-dater.
It's just
Isn't that Castle Wars?
Oh
No.
wait, no, is it? Oh, Omar.
No.
It's Omar.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's close. I don't know.
My
it's-
dream or RuneScape name is just my first name, Marco, Marco. It looks really good, and I think it'd be cool. But my other dream name, some piece of shit stole it from me. I had it. It is just U Trees. U
yeah.
space trees, but with 2 S's. I don't know why. I just like that name. And it's my login name for my 07 account, but someone stole it, and I'm not happy about it. And if you're watching this, please just give me it back. I just want that name back again, because people, even Redef asked me yesterday. I thought it was fairly known that I'm U-Trees, but Redef asked me the other day if I was actually that person, and obviously I am. So
Yeah.
For me, it'd either be my real name or Dream. I don't know. I kind of like original names.
Dream. That's a nice name. I feel like that's something Derek would have. Didn't you used to have like a bunch of rare names, Derek?
Yeah, I used to. I used to like snipe them, but they got removed because I was hoarding them. I guess my dream RSN would be Derek. Probably just my first name.
Yeah.
I think that's probably most people's answers. Also, like XX Sniper 360 No Scope. Pretty good name.
Of course. All right. We'll wrap this up with some talk about microtransactions. So the Treasure Hunter Advent Calendar was recently released, and a lot of previous promotions are being spotlighted for one day of December. Do you think it's fair for these promotions to be rerun? For example, everyone got a pair of Silverhawk boots on the first day, and then Shark Outfit came out on December 8th, and Ethereal Outfit's coming out, I don't know, sometime soon.
in 3 hours.
3 hours? Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think it's fair. I think it's unfair if they didn't rerun it, because having it just a one-time thing is kind of stupid. But yeah, it gives a chance for people to claim what they missed last time they released it, I guess. So yeah, I think it's pretty fair.
And plushies.
Yeah, plushies.
Yeah, Jagex needs to make money, and the way they're going, there's always gonna be promotions for everything. So yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, it's fair, I guess. Well, yeah, I guess it is. I don't want to start going on a tangent, but it's fair. Whatever. They need money, clearly.
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to make them a lot of money. Just because
It
there's
already
a bunch of people.
has.
Yeah. A bunch of people missed Shark Outfit and stuff. And yeah, and I'm glad that they brought it back. I mean, we were talking about in the last podcast how you couldn't get these outfits anymore, but here we are, and you can get them, so that's nice.
Yeah.
The one thing I wasn't too happy about was the Silverhawk boots. I guess not
I agree.
personally me being mad about it, but I know a lot of people that spent, like 200 mil on treasure hunter keys to get them back when they first came out, because I mean it's lossless agility XP.
Yeah.
200 mil with no effort. So I think that was an interesting decision. But otherwise, I think it's a good promo, even though it's obviously pretty greedy. I think it's nice that they're bringing it back and giving people a second chance at them. So also with the Advent calendar, you could get 4 pulse cores on the 7th day, or the 3rd day, I don't remember actually.
Yeah,
third day. Yeah. And so you could use throwaway accounts to get infinite pulse cores to maintain basically a permanent 10% boost for your free-to-play accounts. Did you use this method, and do you consider it to be unfair/illegal?
Yes, I did make accounts, and I don't know if it should be unfair or illegal. Because like it's technically not illegal and technically it is illegal, so it's basically like your morale or something. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I just started lagging, so I'm sorry if my mic's maybe lagging. Of course, I wanted to talk about this question, but I will not be saying if I use this method because I'm not guilty, and I do not want to. I do not want to face consequences by saying yes or no. So no, I did not use this method. It is definitely frowned upon for people that use this method because it was overlooked by our wonderful company, as usual. And and I just think that people who abuse this, I think they are scum. They should delete all the accounts, and they should be IP banned, like on Void
Wow.
Double Speed.
Wow.
Poor guy.
All right. Yeah, I did use this method. I posted about it on Reddit and Twitter because I was fairly scared for my account's
You're an
safety.
ass.
For those of you that don't know, Double Speed was doing a similar thing where he would create throwaway accounts to gain shark pieces on the 8th of December, and then he would sell those shark pieces to players who wanted a specific trade. And he was IP banned, which means that every account he creates from now on, I guess he has a static IP for some reason, gets automatically banned when he logs in. And I thought, that's pretty scary. I would not like to have that happen to my accounts. So I looked into the validity of the method, and they patched it, so they made it so you can only claim pulse cores on pay-to-play accounts, which basically makes it
What Percy is trying to say is he ruined it for everyone, and everyone should hate him.
Fair enough. There's a bunch of technicalities, obviously. Like, you could consider these accounts to be your alts, and if they're using pulse cores to benefit your main account, then technically you're interacting to abuse game mechanics with your alts. Simple workaround for that is I make my Pulse Core accounts and I pop them next to Desper, and Desper makes his Pulse Core accounts and pops them next to me.
Yeah.
So therefore, my alt interacting with my main, so there's no rule being broken there. And yeah, it was a good method. It was fun. Enjoyed it. I don't think it's unfair. I mean, everyone in the month of December could do it. You could just make throwaway accounts. It's pretty simple. So it's not like it was an unfair advantage because everyone could do it. There's no advantage to any
Yeah, and
single
Jagex
person.
didn't really say anything about it. They just randomly put the rule that you have to be pay to play to get them.
Right.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, I use the method quite a bit. But like, I don't think they should have done it in the first place. Like, I think they should have made it members or just not release pulse scores on the advent calendar because it's pretty obvious people are going to do this. So it's pretty stupid of them to do that, in my opinion.
Right.
I don't think it's unfair or illegal. Yeah, it is abusing game mechanics, but it's not really giving you advantage over other players or like ruining the game for other players, or it's not like botting or gold farming, anything like that. I think it's basically just the same thing as like treasure hunter promotions.
Yep.
So I don't think anyone should get banned for it, and I think what happened to double speed is ridiculous. I don't think anyone should get banned for just doing that because he's helping people out, kind of.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
this method was still viable when pulse cores were still released. I mean, you could make throwaway accounts back then, use your treasure hunter key, and if you got pulse cores, then just save them on the account and use them for whenever you're training.
Exactly.
The big flaw of this was that you could go back and claim presents from the advent calendar from days that had already passed,
Mm-hmm.
which was a pretty big overlook on Jagex's part. I mean, it's nice in some way, but it also is going to open up opportunities for quote-unquote abuse like it did for this method. All right, so that about wraps it up. We're just going to leave you with a closing thought. And for me, that is, I may look like Jar Jar Binks, but at the end of the day, I still get gains. That's
Yeah.
that's a quote from Captain King,
Captain.
high rank, old school player.
My closing thought is I told you so about Belgium. Everyone in TFS that said he was not botting, I told
Yeah,
you
okay.
so.
Okay.
Just for Percy, but again, I told you so. Percy, thank you for ruining our pulse core method. Derek, thank you for believing in me about Belgium. That's about it.
My closing thoughts?
Okay, I have I have a message for Jagex, and that is make plushies keepsakeable. God damn it.
Do it for April.
Best E-Date item 2015. Gonna be great.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I'd
Alright.
just like to say about the earlier question, we did not abuse the pulse cores. So anyone that says we did not.
They abused us.
And if you would like to find more methods that come out, you should join EHP because we're always talking about fantastic methods. We always place our beautiful banner at CA when we're all smithing, and it would be great if you could check it out.
Alright, I forgot to place my banner. Crap. Yeah, so thanks for watching the second EHP podcast. If you want to join the clan, talk with us. Our clan chat is just EHP. Yeah, thanks for watching.